Hello, Rec187 here, and welcome back to Ruler Waves 3 with our Spanish adventures. We are definitely nearing the end game here. We've just come out of a pretty healthy war with Italy on Austro-Hungary, where we reclaimed a whole bunch of the Balkans and Greece and a little bit of the Adriatic coast, really kind of finalising that stamp on our Mediterranean hegemony. And we had a little bit of humming and hawing about, what to do next and where to go. And there was some fair comment from Terrock around saying, well, hey, do you know what? We have done a lot of Spain. Perhaps it's time to admire our creation and hang up the old Admiral's hat. And while I'm not going to call it quits just yet, what I did think I wanted to do was be very clear on what our end conditions are going to be. And they're not a million miles away. Now, the game itself can run until 1990. If you want to keep playing till 1990, the game will let you do that. There is a hard stop. I don't know if it's the 1st of January 1990 or the end of 1990, but around about then. But what's, I suppose, relevant about this period is that once you get to 1970, theoretically, there is no new technology. Now, we haven't researched everything that's possible in the game yet, because there's a variation on when things get unlocked by different nations, etc., etc. But essentially, there is no new technology coming. So over time, everyone's going to start to hit that same plateau, and they can equalize out. So I didn't really want to feel like we're going to run for another 20 years through that, because I feel it's going to lose a little bit of edge of the game if we're not having these kind of new techs and the imbalance between the different nations. So the plan with this, I do feel like we could have one last bash at the Royal Navy. We did give them a good licking a few years ago, and I do fancy another go, and that might be a nice way to crown things out, but obviously you don't get to pick your enemies in this. So I've decided we're going to run for 5 years. So we'll take it up to 1975. I'm going to essentially avoid war with other people. And hopefully the game will give us opportunity. If it doesn't, we'll get to the end of 95 and we'll call it quits there. And we'll say, hey, good stuff, right? And that way we don't drag it on, and there's not the constant kind of willy-won't-ly type decisions around what we're doing. So apart from that, we find ourselves in peace. We've got some budget. Actually, the budget's not in terrible condition. We are building some new ships, including our new Granada-class heavy cruisers, which I do like and would enjoy getting to play with. And we're also upgrading our light forces, specifically our destroyers, with some modern ASW. And actually, these guys are a bit bigger, a bit healthier, and have some heavy or medium SAMs on them, with a view of protecting our carrier forces. And indeed, I do want to build a few more of those, but I'll wait till they finish before we do anything else. There's some corvettes and things we need to rebuild, which I suppose I might as well just do now. We don't necessarily need to wait to save the money. Where is it here? Just this Maquinista Maquies class. Definitely butchered that. So we're just going to quickly open them for redesign. Probably just a lick of paint in these things. Although perhaps we could give you a towed sonar array, so you'll improve your ASW. You don't have minesweeping gear, so this should work. Although, I think I want you to have minesweeping gear. So these are my trade protection corvettes, these 900 ton ones. They tend to have... in fact, we can give you both. It's not efficient, but it's fine. They tend to be clustered around Northern Europe and the Mediterranean, which is also the same places I tend to have my main fleet. So it makes sense. I think these guys can do the minesweeping duties and clear the areas we were likely to be fighting. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, actually, it's not particularly efficient to do both because it halves your ASW value, but fine. A little bit. The option is either to have a little bit or have none, and I'm not so worried about the cost. So we'll very quickly do that, and I don't think there's any other changes we need to make here. Okay, sorry, I had to take a quick cut for a phone call. Where were we? Yes, we're doing this. I don't think we need to do anything else. I think it should be fine. They complain about accommodation. Yeah, they do. Oh, topside weight. Only just though. Can we make it spacious? Yes, we can. Just do that. Perfect. Done. I don't think you... Well... Should I give you some missile protection? I mean, so game perspective-wise, no. But for, like, reality, I feel like we should, you know, we have some military corvettes out there. We should probably protect them from the most common weapon that they are likely to face. So let's do this. Fine, we'll throw that on you. We'll treat you very well, even though from a game perspective, min-maxy, it's not sensible. But yeah, anyway, we'll rebuild all those. Other thing we need to throw some paint on is our martillo. Oh, that cost a little bit more than I was expecting. But anyway, our martillo here, which doesn't have a lot of weight kicking about. Although we could probably get rid of a whole bunch of these secondary guns. Or just a few of them. Can we increase you up to spacious? Yes, we can, although it's going to cost us more tonnage, but let's keep our troops happy. I don't think we need the dual purpose secondaries anymore. We've got all the raid directed stuff, and in fact, we can bring this up. I think 8's the magic number. Up to 9, it'll shout at me saying, "Hey, what are you doing, you fool?" Yeah. Okay, cool. You've got your guns, you've got your missiles in here. Yeah, they're all pretty good. Oh, we could, I suppose, potentially increase the number of tubes on these things. I'm going to get rid of all these secondaries. I don't think they're worth any more. Go away, secondaries. We've got, I think our 6-inch auto-loaded guns are fine. I'm even going to take the DP off them because, again, I don't feel like we need that. Some kind of SAM would probably be useful. Which we could do. Heavy SAM might be a little bit overkill because I think it's too heavy, but let's have a look. Let's say we want to put you somewhere at the back, aft centerline, sure. Yeah, it's like 900 tons. It's just so much weight. So much weight. All right, you're not getting any SAM protection, but we will. I don't know how many tubes we can go up to, but let's say we'll increase our numbers of missiles. Just quick check. Top heavy we'll look at in a minute. And radar. Yes. We'll bring the radar tech up. Yeah, we have got too much stuff. Which is fine. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of one of these ones at the back. You, sir. We're going to get rid of you. And we're just going to have more weight. Like we'll end up with more tubes, but spread out a little bit. So we're at 136 of 138, so we can't really squeeze on that much more. We've gone from, I suppose, we had 4 tubes and now we're up to 9. So that does seem pretty good. And we could fire in some reloads there, so we get to shoot twice. This is only a single ship, so it's not... Oh, you do take up space, though. So that might not work out for us then. Okie dokie. We will get rid of our reloads. All right, that'll do. So we have given me about spacious, make the people happy. We have a surprising amount of weight left over, but okay, not a lot we're going to do about that. It's our top sides capacity that's really restricting us at the moment. In which case, well, I say we might as well just leave these as DP, but at the same time, it does push us ever so slightly off. I suppose we could do that. That's fine. We'll call that good enough. Cool. Yep, we'll rebid the martillo. There's only one of them. Job done. Right. Let's crack on with time a little bit. Oh, that'll be interesting to look at. How did our aircraft form during the war? We mainly got shot down by fighters, which is what we saw. Heavy A did shoot one of us down. But yeah. And, okay, these are very small numbers, so I don't want to read too much into it. But you can see, you know, the losses to SAM were 4 times the losses to Heavy A. Kind of just shows where that tech's taking over. But yeah, predominantly it's fighters shooting each other down. I thought you said, maybe I didn't read it quick, or I didn't properly because I was reading it too quickly, that my prototype was ready. Oh, I think was it in service? That's probably what it was. Right, we'll obsolete you, good sir. Let's get ourselves a new medium bomber, because that's next on our list. Didn't need to push that button, but there you go. I want you to carry big bombs. I want you to be reliable. Your range is fine already at this point. Tarragona has finished her working up. And yeah, generally Smo's feeling pretty good. He's going to take on the world. With her jamming capacities. And the Douglas Eagers entered service. Okay, I don't really care about our helicopters being slightly faster. Not so concerning. Right, when our refits start to get done? A couple of months, right? We'll give that. Let them get done. A new or improved heavy jet, the what iteration do we want to know? The D class, which is, drumroll please, slightly tougher, slightly more firepower. Okay. This seems like an improvement. I will take it. It's the end of year 1970. The game is over. Okay. But it doesn't end it entirely. We can't. Yeah, there you go. We're hard cut off in 1990. And I'm guessing it's the end of 1990, given this was the end of 1970. So we shall play on for that small interim period as discussed. Corvettes finished reconstruction, so we'll put them onto probably mothball, to be honest. Some info about planes, but not too concerned. We can maybe have a look at the overall plane menu in a moment to see where we stack up across the board. So you lot, who are my trade protection fleet, yeah, you can be mothballed. You guys just hang out where you are. It's all good. I do need to bring a bunch of destroyers home for a refit. And a bunch of you guys home for a refit. Okay. Alright. We'll send you out to Southeast Asia. In fact, you know what? I'm going to send you all out to Southeast Asia. And then when you three get there, I'll bring back the 2 light cruisers and a bunch of destroyers. And we'll get them refit. I think Gaza needs a refit. That's surprising. Let's have a look at you. I don't know why that's surprising, but there you go. You're on normal accommodation. You don't really have the space for spacious. What would that cost us? Yeah, 300 tons. You do have dual purpose guns for, which again, not really required. It does cost a lot more if we wanted to remove those. I mean, again, we could bring this down, but it doesn't really save much weight. They are excessive. I'm not sure there's much we need to tweak here, to be honest. Yeah, the guys would be happier if they had better accommodation, but she's an older boat. You just kind of have to deal with that. Okay. What we could do is, you know, remove DP, maybe trim off a couple of turrets, put her onto better accommodation. In fact, if we really wanted to modernize her, we'd probably strip off most of the turrets and try and put SAM on her instead. Which probably isn't cost effective from a game perspective, but I am almost tempted to say, look, can we actually give her a proper modernization? When was she built? 56. I don't think she's that old in the grand scheme of things. But if we said, hey, let's make you spacious, let's get rid of these dual purpose guns, let's trim out a whole bunch of these turrets, because let's be honest, you're not fighting anyone. So let's get rid of, say, our aft wings. In fact, we could just have, what should I get rid of? My 2 forward wings. Get rid of you and you. Oh, I've got loads of space left over. Just want to check you don't get upset when I pull these guns off. No, you do not. Okay. We are going to need a lot of weight and some topside space. I will trim that back down to the recommended 8. I think it's fine to have a couple of these turrets. It feels like a sensible thing for them to have. And then in our armaments here, we can say, hey, can we slap on some kind of missile? I think a heavy SAM is going to be too heavy, but we'll put it on and see what she looks like. Oh, she hasn't popped up there. Yeah, that's just too much. 900 tons, which for some reason, I knew it was 900 tons. I mean, we could edit reloads, and that will save some of the weight. But we'd have to get it down to quite a lot. Either that or we put on some medium SAMs. Now, again, we have the problem of, well, she's... What enemies does she like to face? Okay, it's plane attacks. They are going to be a mix of missiles and things, so maybe the mediums are an acceptable way to go. A similar conversation as we had with our destroyer, and that's a much more reasonable weight. I don't want to decrease the tubes, I want to decrease my reloads. Okay, something like that. So we've stripped off a bunch of guns, we've installed a SAM essentially on the back of the side here. And that'll give you some protection. I think it makes more sense for you, maybe you're in the middle. Actually, let's put you in the starboard wing position. Not going to show up either way. Sorry, I just want to delete you outright. Okay, and it just gives them a little bit of that protection. Still got a 75 jets. This is fine. No, this won't save much weight, but we could trim down the rounds per gun a little bit, because again, she's not really expected to be firing at stuff. A little bit over our topsides capacity, but that's okay. We'll just lose some of these light AA guns, because again, they ain't doing much until we get our CWIS technology done. And I think that's a fairly reasonable little retrofit for you. Again, a little bit of modernization. I like it. It's going to take a bit of time, it's going to cost us a bit of money. Again, probably stronger game-wise to do other things with that money, but I feel like we got to treat our navy with a bit of respect, I feel. Let's continue. Captain de Fragata Casticon has made some critical marks of Generalissimo. Oh, goodbye, Captain. Do not speak ill of our Generalissimo. We can now get quadruple box launchers for SSMs. Okay, that's good, but I don't know where I would put them at the moment. Right, I did want to have a quick squiz of aircraft types. I just want to see kind of how we compared to things. Let's look who's got the speeds. Usually a good descriptor in terms of fighters, although I don't know if we've got the most up-to-date information because some of these are pretty old. Where's ours in this list? Or does it not show up? Oh, because I don't want to look at fighters. Sorry, who's still making fighters in 1970? Why? Jet fighters is what I want to look at. Who have we got in terms of the fast ones? Oh, we're second fastest. Well, they might be coming out with one sooner. We don't know much about the firepower. Sorry, toughness. Firepower is pretty standard across it. Okay, actually, we don't know a lot about a lot of these other fighters. What about things like about jet attacks? Mainly gaps in knowledge. Okay. All right, we're not going to get much out of that. I would like a new jet attack because I'm really upset with this poor reliability. But hey ho. All right, let's advance. See if we can get through some reasonable returns. Naval Secretary wants submarines. They are unfair and very un-Spanish. That's where a line we've been taking this entire playthrough, and that's one I will stick to. Your new corvette. Okay, I don't care, but their medium bombers carry more bombs. Not that relevant in the grand scheme of things. Most medium bombers at this stage can carry tons of missiles and tons of bombs when it comes to bombing a ship. A couple more corvettes, more destroyers. Mateo's done. Hang on, did I not give you movement orders? I did, and you weren't even finished your reconstruction. Okay, head out to Southeast Asia, please. So our new ships that have come in, you guys are going to be more trade protection. You can just go onto mothball. Yeah, and again, I made them minesweepers, so at least I'm sticking to kind of that principle. I've got a few more coming out next month. Let's just hit that next month. There we go. Okay, new jet information. Oh, that's great. Firefighting carriers, always useful. They still do burn-out quite frequently. It's good. So I was just going to make you guys all onto mothballed. But yeah, we've got a few more ships to reinforce our trade protection, if need be. We have got some obsolete colonial corvettes. I've just seen down here. I think what I'll do is I'll wait for... That's quite... I was going to say quite a ways away. It's on column. 5 months. I'll just wait for them to finish, and then I can move them around with the older ones rather than try and swap around with ships too much. Good. Got to watch my money, but oh no, I think that's going to be okay. Then let's just go by location because I want to look at the guys and girls in Southeast Asia and see if we can remove all these obsolete ones. Remove them, bring them home to Northern Europe. In Northern Europe should really just be corvettes. Oh no, we've got, yeah, of course, our new destroyers and CV. Okay, and you're still heading it. That's fine. I'm going to move you guys down to the Med, I think, for just now. Just so I'm kind of clearing Northern Europe for ships coming back for refit, so I don't get myself confused. But these destroyers, well, I need to sort the divisions out, and then they'll probably go onto, in fact, I'll do just now, reserve fleet. So that's our first 6. So what we can do, in fact, we can do it just now. If we have a look at our divisions, just moved up to here, and I still get confused by it. We had the Task Force 1, which has our 3 carriers in it. Is Task Force 2 still got 3 carriers in it? No, it's only got 1. I can add my 2 new ones. So we've kind of got 2 new and 1 very old. I'm in 3 of the similar class. That seems okay. I mean, these guys randomly have the Okapeti, which is definitely not how you pronounce the word, but they've got our CVL as well. So I think this is almost a stronger task force. Oh no, the Irkandis Mark II. Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do then. Actually, we're gonna move you into Task Force 1. For some reason, I thought they were a different design class. Let's move you into Task Force 1. That's the wrong. And then we're going to move our 2 Cadiz classes. It'd be great if I could just drag and drop you, or even do you as a group, but I cannot. Task Force 2. Okay, so now we've got, okay, well, this is now our older our carrier force. So 3 other carriers, but supported by the Okupeti, and then we've got our kind of 3 modern carriers. So this one might have slightly more planes. Let's see, 75, so you're 13 off, 14, 15. Yeah, so this group has 1 more plane than our top group here. That's fine. Right, but what we actually came in here to do was sort this division out. So I would like to add ships to division, and I want to get my 6 new ones. In you go. Oh, and then we'll get rid of you, remove ship from division, add ships division. Boom. So our 6 modern anti-air destroyers protecting our 3 carriers. Yeah, our divisions took a bit of a battering that last war. We'll get them sorted out. Do I have any random light cruisers floating around? No. Currently, I've got a cruiser division with no cruisers in it. So we'll need to think a little bit about that. So the next plan when we get a little bit of money is going to be to refill some of these screening divisions we've got. You guys are still good, and you guys are still good. And hopefully we can get you all out to where you should be shortly. Well, yeah, once you're refed. Yeah, you need to, well, we can just add a random ship there, just to fill out a few divisions here. Have you got a full 6? No, you're on 5. Oh yeah, we lost 6 destroyers there. Oh, Okay. It takes a while to recover. A spy from France has been discovered. We'll push tensions up a little bit, because that should push kind of all tensions up, which it has done. We are still losing money. 3 months, and these are going to take 4 and 5 to complete. Yeah, we might have to play around a little bit, but obviously the big spenders are these two up here. And the fact we've still got a reasonable amount on kind of active fleet. I think I'm going to, even though these are great ships for us, put these guys onto reserve as well, save a little bit of money. Since they are going to become our second-rate heavy cruisers soon, not to detract from the service they've given us. And then, yeah, you guys, why are you all on active fleet, actually? You can go into reserve. Not to save huge amounts of money, and then we've got a 3 Cadiz Mark II on active, which I think is fine. Our 2 Cadiz is here on reserve, which is also fine. Okay, that's saved us a little bit more cash. The other thing we could do is actually turn down our research percentage, given that we're in the post-research era a little bit. Generally so wants an international naval gathering with a sailor regatta and competition. Prestige up, tension down, or presumably this is hurt prestige, but generate tension, and I'm okay with that. All right, let's keep going. We're mastering monopropellant torpedo fuel. Apparently we've made single mount heavy AA mounts more effective. I don't know if that's still relevant. New medium bombers. I mean, okay. Everyone carries lots of bombs. Everyone carries torpedoes and medium one. Everyone carries 2. This one is tougher. No, this one is tougher but less maneuverable. Interesting. They all go pretty much the same speed. And they all have similar-ish ranges, although this one does have more range. But again, the ranges are so huge, it doesn't matter. I think we're going with this top one. Yeah, why not? A bit of toughness just in case he gets to combat, sure. Or gets attacked. Might survive a little bit more. Which means we're probably ready for a new jet attack. And again, let's see if we can get something that's hopefully a little bit more reliable. So jet attack, again, I'm going to keep bomb looks up. I want to make sure you can still carry 2 missiles. Do we want toughness? Do we want maneuverability? Maybe maneuverability. See if you can survive a little bit longer against fighters, perhaps. Major Arms Film is selling ships to a South American country. Have at it. So commissioned, and we should get a few more this month. I mean, gas is finished, that's fine. There we go. And another great speech from Generalissimo. What an orator. We've got our better torpedoes. Okay, but we're stuck on the next thing. Cool. Right. Let's start with sort by class again. Our new Gaza, we're going to immediately put you onto reserve and head you down to... Oh, you're already in the med. I may even just mothball you. You've lost all your crew quality anyway through refit. I mean, this will get you up to... Actually, I think reserve it. Yeah, reserve is poor. Let's go mothball. Let's try and save even more cash. Good. So then in Northern Europe, we should have just the kind of corvettes that are hanging around. We've got... Oh, we have our modern destroyers, actually, who need to be in the Mediterranean, please. With the rest of your... Or with the ships you're supposed to be protecting. And then these guys need a bit of a refit. And these are fairly rubbish ships, because they're very, very, very old. So again, we're not going to do huge amounts with them. We will slap on... what we can in terms of increasing their anti-submarine warfare stuff. I don't know if we can afford any of this. Can I steal a torpedo from you? I could do. That's probably about it. Or we could just accept the fact that you're not going to be hunting submarines where you are. So do you know what? Let's go to that. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to accept that these are truly, truly, unfortunately, obsolete ships. Yeah, no, that's okay. They're old, like a paint. They're going to deal with well, not the back wars, but the other part of the world for just now. Same probably with everybody else, which there's only 2 of you just now, so that's fine. We will design for rebuild. Again, you're already out of space. I'm probably not going to change anything here. You do have the increased EC storage. Yeah, okay, we'll just leave that. Again, your ASW is going to be terrible. Yep. It's not very good is what you're telling me, but that's okay. And then these Escudo classes. Again, overweight already. Again, not spacious. People are going to be a little upset. There's some missiles, but no real AA protection. But I think we're just going to say you are what you are. Yep, I understand. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we'll push those through. And then we'll send them all back out to Southeast Asia when they're done. Morales is in charge of preparations for Army-Navy football game. Yep, I'll take a wee hit to crew quality, that's okay. And we won! Crew quality is going to be probably slowly declining at peace anyway. Oh, the Granada's been commissioned. Oh, but she's not quite as fast as she's supposed to be. Disappointing. Where are you, Granada? Here you are. 33 knots. So, I can't remember what your design said you were supposed to be. Probably 34? 34. Okay, so we lost a knot. Happens to the best of us. Oh, I do like the look of her, though. Now, we've got, we've got the ship missiles. We've got the SAMs on it for a bit of protection. We've still got our guns, so we can wade around the place and upset people greatly by closing the distance. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Alliance with Japan's expired, and then we have our other CA. Cool. One of our cruisers has run aground on some minor nation, and they're going to impound our ship. We will ratchet up tensions and say, no, you cannot take our ship. Okay. And tensions are brewing with the British, which is exactly where we want to be. We are now in the black. So the first thing we're going to do is absolutely build another 6 of our anti-aircraft destroyers to go alongside the, or to replace the other 6 destroyers we currently have around our Task Force 2 carriers. Now, what we could do actually, if we're feeling ambitious, would be to build even more. To have some in spare, but we absolutely cannot afford that. And in fact, we cannot afford 6, a monthly cost of 7,000, and we only have 4.5 in the bank. We're not going to get that much when these guys finish. Okay, we'll just start a run of whatever we can afford, 4 of them, and we'll maybe queue up some more if tensions rise and we get a little bit more cash in the bank. Or I think actually as we move some things around, we might be able to free up a little bit more cash as well. The likes of our light cruisers currently in Southeast Asia and don't need to be sitting in an active fleet when they come back. Good stuff. So we have the Granada and the Huleva. Again, I probably will keep you on active fleet. Let's move you down to the Med. And in our division designer, which is still not down there, I reckon. Yeah, we're going to end up with a new division. Yeah, I don't know really if we want all 4 of them together, but that would be quite the cruiser force. We'll put them in there for now. At least we'll start working together. Five ships have finished working up. Good. Any of those chaps left to come out? Yeah, 1 month. Just knock that out. Go. Okay, research struggling. So what I would quite like to see if I could do now is, you can do it in theory. Let's just close all these. So our colonial, well, the carriers there, our colonial light cruisers and our colonial destroyers are all in Northern Europe. Yep, every ship, as you can see, in Northern Europe. So can I, as a division, give you an order to move out to Southeast Asia? And as a colonial light cruiser, move division Southeast Asia. Yes, you are indeed all heading out that way. Beautiful. Okay, I quite like that, especially if you have bigger fleets and things. So we could certainly move things around. So our carriers, they're in good place. Their destroyers are fine as well. They don't have any light cruisers. But let's say we'll take you guys and we will move you up to Northern Europe. Now it only does one of you because it doesn't take, but we'll move you also to Northern Europe. So we'll split our forces a little bit. Task Force 2 should be in the Med. Those guys are out and about at the minute. And then we've got some independent destroyer divisions. Let's leave our cruiser force can hang out in the Med, and let's say move you guys up to Northern Europe. So we're covering both of our bases. Okay. I like being able to use that division designer to move things around. It kind of makes sense. Uprising in Africa. Let us send a battleship. We don't have one. We shall pretend. Oh, improved medium SAMs. That would be nice because we've got a fair few of these. Oh, wow. They did not like me sending a battleship. Just want to check alliances. So Italy, Austria-Hungary, France, and America. Okay. We are not trying to tangle with any of those folks. We've got a little bit more money in the bank, but I want to save up a buffer before we start building anything else. So these things, what's the total cost of one of these? 23 million. So we could probably afford not quite 3 of them. And I'd probably want to do another batch of 4 if we can. So we'll save up a bit of cash for just now. No! An anti-Spanish rebellion in the Philippines. Don't you dare take that from me. We've been such good little colonial overlords. Imagine wanting your freedom and self-determination. Whew. New jet attack has come in. Obviously, we don't know its reliability at the minute. They can be faster. They go a bit further. They are not really any more maneuverable than we had them. They, yeah, pretty much do everything this one does. Theoretically, they carry a little bit more bomb load. And, I mean, they go marginally further and marginally faster, but it's not much of a change. So we shall grab another Aerotechnica. Okay. And our medium bomber has come into service, so we can obsolete you. 66, we've just finished that one. 67 for a helicopter. Yeah, okay, we'll keep spinning around. I don't know, every time I do that, and I just don't need to. I like a helicopter. What do I care about? I don't really know here. Because honestly, it's ASW is what I want from you. Oh, that's cool. It's my own helicopter. I didn't realize we carried light anti-ship missiles as well on our choppers. I like that. So yeah, let's just do bombs and reliability. You don't really need to go very far. You don't really need to go very fast. In reality, you're a bit of a scout and you're kind of anti-submarine support for us. Honey, thank you generalissimo. I appreciate that. Well, cruise for our cadets. We will give our newest and most powerful ships. Why don't we send our 2 new shiny heavy cruisers? I like it. Scientists struggling as ever. I think all they ever do is struggle. And France and America are staying friends. I'm okay with that. Again, not trying to tussle with either of those folks right now. A spy from America has been discovered. Yeah, let's handle this discreetly. Again, I'm trying to push everything towards good old Blighty. So, fighting in the Philippines continues. I still don't know any way to actually influence this. We actually have a reasonable fleet out there. And we are going to be bringing some of them home. Oh, why? Oh, I guess you guys are going to become obsolete soon. So we need the Martillos and the Martillo Mark II. Now, are you all in... Which one is it? Is it this one? Oh, interesting. Oh, it's the Colonial one. That's not what I'm after. I want Task Force 2 Light Cruiser Division is just the Sevilla, which seems a bit silly. Task Force 3 Light Cruiser Division is the 2 Martillos. I'm just going to move you up there for just now. Oh. You don't like it because you're the last ship of the bunch. And then where is our Martillo Mark 1? Oh, he's part of this one, so he's going to stay out there. And you guys are going to come home. And yeah, I think I will. You're all ships from division? Yes? Okay, good. And we'll add you to this division. And then we'll tell this division, please come home to Northern Europe. Because that's, oh, no, Mediterranean, because that's where the cruisers are. Good. And ironically enough, actually, I'd rather have destroyers screening my light cruisers than my cruisers, because these tends to be out in front, and we like that kind of destroyer screen to predominantly absorb missile hits and keep them away from our more expensive ships. But that's fine. We're on a bit of a path to try and keep fleshing out our destroyers at the moment. And it's good to... I don't mind having this kind of reserve of especially older ones. So speaking of that, why don't we see if we can now afford another 4 of these, which will make me happy. We can. Let's go 5. So that will give us 9 in total, if my math serves me correct, which would give us 6 to put into the Task Force 2 Destroyer Division, and then we can have 3 essentially as a floating reserve for when these guys, I say, come unstuck. They shouldn't in their role, but knowing the Battle General will get thrown at the front line sometime. So we'll see what we can do there. Where are we most? Who are we most like to fight? Great Britain. Come on. Keep going. Ah, Great Britain and Germany sign a treaty to contain Spanish aggression. America's buying some information. By all means. Okie doke. Oh, excellent. CWIS or CIWS, close-in weapons system. Hurls a wall of lead at a missile and makes it explode, essentially. Right, hang on. There's things I want to look at. First off, you've given me a variant of a medium bomber, which carries a little bit more bombs. Are we? We're still being rebelled against. And those fools have signed a secure agreement. And the problem here, not fighting multiple ones, but Germany is fairly sizable these days. So see, Great Britain is actually still tiny, which is a little bit surprising, but given how much money they've got, but they're still quite small. Germany, on the other hand, is massive. 14 carriers. 14. America's got 28. Jesus, America. Calm down. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. And things could go badly for us. Okay. I don't know if I want to fight them both. That doesn't feel fun. But the problem is that secure agreement is going to last 5 years. So maybe we do it and go out in a haze of glory. Agents were caught in Great Britain. How bad is this going to be? Nobody cared. I did click the right answer, didn't I? Make him a national hero? Oh well, you'll have to correct me if I didn't. Everyone just kind of chilled out. All right, interesting. We're in February 73, so we're running out of time a little bit. Okay, budget's still looking healthy. He's talking about stuff and tensions go up. And the rebels in the Spanish possession of the Philippines have been eradicated. Huzzah! You can't escape us. We are inevitable. We are Spain. Okay. Oh yeah, I never did sort out all my obsolete corvettes. Right, let's deal with some obsolete issues. You certainly need. Why are these guys not obsolete? Presumably all the Marteel Mark IIs are going to come obsolete shortly. Oh, because you're Mark III, I just can't read the writing properly. All right. That makes sense. Okay, you've got some of those. We're a little bit shy in weight. We have secondary guns again. We could peel those off. You already... you've got your HSM. So yeah, let's do a similar thing where we will clear off these. We will get rid of the superimposed aft center line at the back. Delete you, and then we'll increase the number of tubes here, here, and here, and again. Lovely jubbly. And that's still okay. Oh, we should do this stuff now. I wonder if there's a limit. Let me just do something sail like, say, 10. 6. Okay, cool. And we can't have anywhere near this amount of stuff. Oh, can we have any of those? Let's maybe have a little bit of a mix and match. 9 missiles. Again, I'd like more stuff, but that's life. You always want more stuff. We've stripped off those secondaries. Yeah, we've still got DP 6-inch guns, which aren't really required, but fine. I would like more rounds, but that puts you to a full year. Although we're 8 months already. So maybe we should give them a little bit more ammunition. Costs so much money to not make them DP, which I suppose you must be replacing whole guns and systems and things. Okay. I would like to up the ammo because these guys do tend to chunk through it with that alt loader. And I think this is probably pretty good. We've got the best. Radar tech is fine. Happy days. Cool. Okay, we're definitely at time. We are approaching it, so yes, depending on how it goes, next video may well be our last one, which makes me sad. But yeah, that might just be the way the RNG dice roll at us, but we'll see. A few events could definitely change that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed the series as a whole, and yeah, I hope you'll stick with it until the end, however short or long that may be. See you in the next one. Cheerio!